Hi Aries, welcome to your 2019-2020 astrology forecast. This is a general overview over the next 2 years. I will go into much greater detail when I do the monthly astrology forecasts. Now, 2019 for you is going to be a year to remember, and that's because it's the perfect union of focus, determination, and perseverance. You have a deep drive to accomplish, and this drive to accomplish comes together for you in 2019. And as you go into January, Mars enters Aries on the 2nd. Yay! This is good news. Having Mars home in Aries is good for everyone, but especially you, because he's your ruling planet. He is your avatar. Mars is your avatar. And he enters Aries on January 2nd, and boy, is that going to give you that January jump. You're just going to be on fire in the new year, ready to take action, ready to make things happen. And that's so exciting. He's going to give you that get up and go. You're going to get up and go. You're going to be get up and gone. Gone. Going, gone. Where did Aries go? And that's exciting. Now, more good news too is both Mars and Venus are direct all year. So that's good for you, accomplishing anything you want to get done, having a lot of energy, feeling good, as well as Venus rules your relationships. That means relationships, love and relationships is going to improve next year in 2019, which is exciting. Jupiter has also entered an area that's very exciting for you. Jupiter is in your sister sign, Sagittarius, and he is activating your skill set, your philosophy, your spirituality, long-distance travel. So this is going to be a great time for you to upgrade your skills, to teach, to travel, and expand your horizons in 2019. And of course, he's going to join the pack in 2020. He's going to join Saturn, Mars, and Pluto in Capricorn. Mars is going to enter Capricorn in February and March 2020, and that's what we're building towards here in 2020. Now Saturn is going to be pushing your buttons. He pushes everyone's buttons, all of us. It just depends on where he is. For you, he's in the area of your destiny in the world, your reputation in the world, your profession in the world, what you do in the world. That's on fire this year and next year. There's a huge focus happening in this part of your life. And that is going to continue all of 2019 and 2020 and forward, because even when Saturn steps into Aquarius, and he's going to do that in March. Yes, March 23rd through June 16th, 2020. And then he'll go back into Capricorn June 17th through December 17th, 2020. But then he re-enters Aquarius December 18th, 2020 for good. Aquarius and Capricorn rule what you do in the world. Sagittarius too, but Sagittarius is more about upgrading the skills for what you do. Whereas where the Capricorn is, this is what I do. And the Aquarius is the money you make from what you do, your goals, where you network, your friends, your hopes and wishes. So they're all kind of working together, and they're going to culminate in Capricorn in 2019 and 2020. Now with Saturn pushing your buttons, you may find yourself struggling to overcome an overwhelming feeling there's no end to the number of things you have to do instead of the things you would like to do. Saturn is calling you to make a plan, a long-term plan for building something of lasting value. In other words, your action steps. What are they doing for you? What are your action steps accomplishing? What are they reaping for you? Getting started is not the issue for Aries. Aries loves to begin things. You get very excited about new relationship, new projects, something new you're about to do. Whoo! You're on board. You're ready. You're like the first one there. It's the staying power that matters. And with Saturn, I find that's the key, because I know how hard it can get. You know, I've started a new business. I'm working with all this new technology, and sometimes things don't work at all. And you just want to quit, you know, like there's times where I just like, why do I put myself through all of this? Why don't I just like not do any of it, right? But then you have a breakthrough. And then it's like, oh, wow, I'm glad I didn't give up. I'm glad I didn't quit. And that's the key with Saturn. It's not overnight success with Saturn. It's long term. It's staying power, sticking to it. So do what supports you. Do what helps you stay in the game and not give up. So take your desire for mastery and couple it with something that has deep significance for you. Saturn's message to you is, Aries, failure is not an option. And, you know, you want to get started, but you want to get that started energy supported with perseverance and a quiet determination. And this will help to support your impulses for, I quit, or I don't want to do this anymore. Develop a strategy and then follow through. The results in 2019 that you're going to see will amaze you. And 2020 as well. Not only are they going to amaze you, they're going to take your breath away and leave you with such a profound sense of satisfaction that you did this, that you stayed in the game, that you didn't quit, that you didn't give up. Now, January through March, Uranus comes back to say, hey, Aries, hi. Uranus is in Aries until March 6th. And activating you, exciting you, getting you energized. That's why, you know, January 6th through March 5th, all the planets are direct. If you want to launch anything new or start anything new, now is the time to do it. Now is the time to put yourself out there, start that new job, start that new business, start that new relationship, get it off the ground, because it could really fly with all the planets pushing you forward, moving forward, whatever you want to do. Then Uranus is going to move back into Taurus for good. And he's doing an overhaul on what you accumulate, what you love and value, even the toys you buy, your retirement fund, the people you like. And that's appropriate because as we evolve, we want to evolve what it is that we love and value. Now, Pluto has been in that area of your career and destiny in the world since 2008. So you've been in this massive overhaul since 2008 with Pluto. And you're going to find in 2019 and 2020, there's going to be a turning point that's connecting you to what you desire next. Pluto is teaching you that there's no more successful strategy than passion, purpose, and planning. You may find that love is strong for you this year. We've got Venus direct, and the stars will align for you in the area of love in July and August and September and October. Now, the eclipses are opening doors in your career and home life. Most of the action and discomfort you find is going to be connected to the home and family, career and reputation, your roots and your purpose. All are undergoing a rebuilding from the inside out. You want to find a way to clear the emotional debris that emerges during the Cancer cycle. And that's especially true so that you can stay focused on your work in the world too. So you're doing this balance of how you nurture yourself, how you nurture your career. The North Node is in Cancer. Cancer rules nurturing, how we nurture ourselves, emotions, feelings, family, roots. Capricorn rules status, what you do in the world. with the North Node being in Cancer, that's the direction in life you're to go in. The message is that's more important than status. So we want to nurture ourselves, nurture you, and nurture what you do. That rhymes. Nurture you, nurture what you do. Okay, now the first solar eclipse is going to be January 5th, and that's in Capricorn. And that is going to be powerful, just like it will be in 2020 when Saturn and Pluto are exactly conjunct. And the reason is because they are conjunct at this moon, because we have Saturn in Capricorn, then we have the Sun and the Moon in Capricorn, and then Pluto in Capricorn. So the Sun and the Moon are pulling Pluto and Saturn closer together. Conjunctions are new beginnings. Eclipses eclipse things. They begin things and complete things. This is a new beginning for you in the area of your career, your reputation, your profession, your status in the world. Now, for those of you that are single, you could get married. For those of you that are married, you could become single. For those of you that work for a company, you could start your own company. For those of you that have been working on your own, you could join a team. If what you're doing gives you passion, gives you purpose, then you don't need to change it. If it's not, these two are so powerful, they change everything. I want you to think about what you were doing in 1989 and 1990. In 1989 and 1990, we had a mega conjunction with Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune in Capricorn. And I'm sure Jupiter came by, and Mars and Venus also joined in. And so we had an even bigger mega conjunction in 1989 and 1990. But I want you to consider what changes you made in 1989 and 1990. When you reflect back, you're going to realize you made a lot of big changes. And that's what's happening now. This is even bigger because it's Pluto. Although I know I made a lot of changes in 89 and 90, so you can't say that that's not as big as now. But let's just see what happens. But this is a reset in the area of what you do in the world. And so it's changing. And there's going to be an eclipse January 21st at 0 degrees Leo. This is the last lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, last eclipse in Leo. And this eclipse is activating the area of true love, romance, creative self-expression. So this is going to be really important because, like the universe is saying, Aries, get into your heart. What's your heart's desire? Saturn is the builder. He loves to build. And he builds you through step by step. But if your heart's not into something, you can't build it. You can't build something if your heart's not really in it. And so you want to make sure that your heart is really in what you're doing. That way it doesn't have to be such a traumatic change. It's only when we're kind of not being sincere with ourselves, like we're just kind of going through the motions, but we're really not into what we're doing. So make sure you're really into what you're doing, and that way you're going to just have the next couple of years are going to blow you away, like how much you've accomplished, how much you're doing. You're going to feel so satisfied and proud of yourself of what you're doing, and that's where you want to be. Now, there's going to be three eclipses in Capricorn in 2019. So you've got the January 5th Capricorn, January 21st Leo, and then you have a solar eclipse July 2nd in Cancer. That's really going to activate the area of your home, your family. And this is where you can be feeling the emotional debris surface, like it just starts coming up. And, just be aware of that, is that when you start doing this emotional purging, take time for yourself. Because if you're just so focused on career, because that's what Saturn can do. Saturn and Pluto are the heavyweight champions. They can have you so obsessed with career that you forget yourself, you forget your emotions, you forget your family, and then some crisis happens, where it's like, oh my gosh, I've got to stop, drop, and go fix the roof or something, and you have to stop, drop, and go take care of yourself. Or you just, you hit a wall where you're just like, I don't want to do anything. I'm just going to sit here and watch the grass grow. And that's when you know your inner child is talking to you, that you really need to take time for yourself, that you've been doing too much, and that you need time for you, and nurturing your family, and nurturing your home, and nurturing your foundation. And that's the key. Nurturing you, nurturing family, nurturing the home, nurturing the career. Then there's going to be a lunar eclipse, July 16th, back in the area of career. Now that could complete something for you. There could be something completing for you in that July cycle. Now there is a Mercury retrograde in July. July is going to be interesting. July 7th through the 31st in Cancer. So, you know, we've got eclipses going on in July. We've got a Mercury retrograde going on in July. So we know July is going to be, you know, a very dynamic month. We'll all be going, when's August going to get here? And then you have the final solar eclipse, December 26th, back in the area of career. And that's big, because as you go into 2020, everybody's in Capricorn. Jupiter goes into Capricorn. Saturn and Pluto are coupled together. Mars enters Capricorn in March of 2020. And then you have Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto all coupled together February and March 2020. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. And of course January too, because we'll have the eclipses in January, and Saturn and Pluto will be coupled together with the eclipses in January, affecting January, February, March, and all of 2020, and all of 2019 too. And that is what you do in the world. Change, you know, making big changes for you in your destiny in the world. Now, Chiron is in Pisces. He re-enters Aries on February 17th, 2019. Excuse me, February 18th. He re-enters Aries. He'll be in the first chapter of Aries. So people born, Aries born in March, are working with Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. So Chiron likes to flesh out our wounds. Oh joy, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, mental. And with that North Node in Cancer, there's another message there for you about nurturing yourself, taking really good care of you, you know, practicing extreme self-care, nourishing and nurturing your body, your heart, your soul, your mind, really nurturing you, making sure you're taking care of you. Really important. And it's going to be a test because you're going to feel so driven over the next couple of years. Now, for those of you retired, get a hobby. Do something. This energy is action energy. This is not a sit and watch Netflix energy. Although I love to sit and watch Netflix. This is an energy for taking action. So you want to be out there taking action, getting things done, accomplishing things. Even if it's hobbies that you love. Because the next 2 years is you're going to be going beyond what you ever thought was possible for yourself. Whatever you thought possibly you could do, you're going beyond that. And it's going to, you know, blow your mind. And it's really exciting. You know, maybe you're going to become a millionaire. Maybe you're going to become a billionaire. You know, you're going way beyond whatever you thought was possible. So the biggest focus for you is in the area of what you do in the world, your destiny in the world, your profession in the world, your reputation in the world. That is, you know, the enormous power and strength. Now, Saturn is going to step into Aquarius in 2020, believe in March 23rd through June 16th, 2020. And that's going to bring the focus to the money you make from the business you own, or the money you make from the career you work, the company you work for, as well as your goals, your friends, your hopes and wishes. And then he's going to go back into Capricorn, June 17th through December 17th, 2020. And then December 18th on, he'll move back into Aquarius for good. Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius are your destiny in the world, your career in the world. Sagittarius is about the skills and training higher education you develop to move up in what you do. Aquarius is about your goals and the team you work with, the money you make in what you do. So they're all kind of there together, and that's where the huge focus is, particularly in Capricorn over these next 2 years. Very significant, very important. And the North Node will be in Cancer through till May 5th, 2020, and then it'll move into Gemini. And that'll be fun. For some of you, you could be moving over the next couple of years because of the eclipses. Eclipses complete and end things. For some of you, you could be, moving in with someone. For some of you, you could be changing everything. Changing where you live, changing what you do, changing relationship. However, you've been going through so much change for so long. I mean, just look at where you were in 2010 when Uranus stepped into Aries, and look at where you are now in 2019 and 2020, how much you've changed. So it's exciting what's happening for you. It's all destiny. It's all about your destiny in the world, what you're being called to do, and getting on board with it and doing it. Just showing up and doing it and not giving up. That's the key with Saturn, is sticking to it. Every day, trudging through and, climbing up that hill. That is what gets you to where you want to go. For those of you open for love, it can happen, of course, anytime, any place. The biggest focus will be in that July-August time period, September, October. That's the biggest focus I'm seeing right now. But the good news is Mars is direct all of 2019. Venus is direct all of 2019. And Venus rules your relationships, so that's really good. And I'm not seeing any challenges to the money. With the money, it has more to do with this revolution that you're going through. You're revolutionizing what you love and value. You are revolutionizing your values and even the people you like. And so allow that process to unfold, because as you evolve, what you love and value will evolve as well. And of course, the career is where the focus is. The biggest focus with you is with your work, your career, over the next couple of years. That's going to be pulling your energy. That's going to be calling you. And it's exciting because it's like you've got this wake up happening with you. It's like, wow, there's all these new possibilities. There's things that I didn't even know were possible that are happening that are just amazing for me, that doors are opening for me, that I'm able to do things that I've always wanted to do, and now I can do. And, the key with Saturn is have concrete targets. Don't do something that's out of your reach. If you're on step 3, shoot for step 5. Shoot for step 7. Don't shoot for step 10 or 12. Make your targets concrete. Make your plans, keep Saturn busy with hard work, plans, and concrete targets that you can feel good about because you are, accomplishing things every day. And when you do that, then you feel really good about yourself. Like, wow, I set this small goal today and I achieved it. I feel really good. I really feel really good about what I'm doing. And that's the key with these powerful planets, these heavyweights. So it's this complete overhaul of how you do things, how you experience things, how you feel about things, how you complete things. It's a huge overhaul happening in these areas that I talked about. Spiritually, Jupiter and Neptune are working with you. So it's really important to take that time to meditate, Take that time for yourself. Shut off the electronics. Go outside. Listen to your inner being. Listen to Source. Listen to your Mighty I Am Presence. And allow for that Mighty I Am Presence to come through, because it's destiny time. And it's time for you to show the world what you can do. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plusing my videos. Aries, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps to support the channel, and it lets you know when I upload. And I have the Mercury Retrograde cheat sheet down below that can help you during the Mercury Retrograde times. I'll be changing these gifts throughout the year. It's very easy. Go to my website, sign up for the email, and you get the free gift. So until next time, Aries, you have unlimited possibilities and unexpected windfall. Woohoo!